Okay, YouTube, this is my second video covering the same thing. Again, I'm going to be replacing the orange New York 2 trigger that the NYPD installs in all of our guns, and with a stock Glock trigger spring. And also I'm going to do a version with the with a 3.5 pound connector to see if I get the same results. If my first video you saw, I did it with my Glock 26, which was my backup off-duty. This was my service pistol. I transitioned to this pistol in 1994. I carried a Smith & Wesson Model 10 38 revolver before that. 1994 was the year I went to this. It's a great gun. The Generation 2, see it's got the one pin. It's a great gun. Not the sexiest gun like all Glocks. It was, you know, it is what it is. I actually picked the Glock because we had to buy our own, and this was the cheapest. It was this. They offered a Smith & Wesson, I forget the model number, and a Sig Sauer. I think the Smith went for close to $500, and the Sig went for about $700 at the time. This is 1994. This thing was under 400, like 3 and change. So this was my winner. I don't know how much, you know, if you know how much New York City cops made in 1994, but I'm not dropping 800 bucks on a gun. So I got this one, and you know, it was a little getting used to, but I have to tell you, this thing has proven itself to be just rock solid, reliable, and perfect for carry as a police officer in an exposed holster. It's impervious to the elements. As you can see, this gun is damn near, what, 23, 24, 25 years old, and look at it. And rock solid reliable, and I mean rock solid reliable. We used to do, in fact, let me first show you. I'm gonna make it safe, clear, and empty. We used to do malfunction drills on the line, and what they would have us do is pick up spent shell casings off the ground and feed them into our magazines. And at random intervals, so we wouldn't know, you know, you'd be firing, and then, you know, you'd fall on a dead round. What I guess they're really hoping for is a stovepipe or something, or take it out of battery. And, you know, this gun here would feed spent shell casings. Dirty, nasty crap you picked up off the ground would feed the spent shell casings. It would look just like this. I'd pull a trigger, think I just had maybe a dead primer, and I'd rack it, and it was one of those shell casings that I was trying. This thing, I probably could have filled a magazine with like Mike and Ike's or Good and Plenty's. It's that reliable. That's why, although I'm going to change the trigger on it because the trigger is horrendous, like all New York 2 triggers. Ugh, awful. I'm not going to do anything else. Because I think that might just be a magic feed ramp in there. I've put thousands of rounds through this gun over the years and decades, and I've never had a malfunction that I couldn't attribute to the ammunition. Never once a failure to feed or anything. It was always just a dead primer or something. And even that, how often does that happen, right? All right, so if you saw part 1 of this, the Glock 26, it'll be the same thing. I'm going to see how this does with the connecting bar with the New York 2 trigger, and then I'm going to see how it does with by totally cleaning it out. And I'm laying it on there like I'm going to break it down without taking a slide off. Okay, so couldn't be simpler. One pin. Of course, we might be a little finicky with this thing. I might have to go off camera while I curse at it and wrestle this thing out. Obviously, you gotta. No, look at that. See, it's making a fool out of me. Take that out. Take that out. I don't know why. I mean, maybe somebody out there could tell me exactly what the benefit of going to the 2-pin system. I mean, one pin, it seems to be just a little quicker to break this whole thing down. Pull that out, and not totally filthy. I try to keep on top of it. Okay, so there's my New York 2 trigger. I'm going to leave that in for now. But I'm going to replace this thing, and as you look at that Generation 2, I can't push it through from that side. I'm going to have to work this out, and I don't have a screwdriver on me. Okay, magic of video. Stand by. I should have been prepared for this. Okay, no harm, no foul. I just got a screwdriver in there, and I'll pry that out. All right, so that's the stock connector. Let me put the old double diamond in there. Press that right in, put you back. Why is it so much easier to do it this way? And she goes. She goes there. All right, now let's put this stuff back. That's so weird, one pin. Okay. Again, as I said in my previous videos, I'm not going to go totally OCD on lining these pins up perfectly because they're coming right out again for the second part of this video. All right, frame is in. Okay, this is a Glock 19 Generation 2 with the New York 2 trigger and a 3.5 pound double diamond connector. And you know something? If you saw my first video, no, it's still, I don't, the Glock 26, the Generation 3, was very, very nice with this combination. This one, no, don't like it. Let's see how it does with the original stock spring, okay? Again, I'm not going to walk you through this whole thing again. You just saw it. I'm going to pause and come back, and we'll see how we do. Okay, I'll say one thing. I'm becoming a damn expert on getting this S spring in. Okay, so here's my situation. It's in. As proof, there's my very filthy New York spring that came out. Put this right back in. See, at some point I misplaced my glasses and I cannot see a damn thing. Okay, we're in, we're in, we're in. Lock and block goes back in. This, I intend to keep this gun for the rest of my life, obviously. A lot of sentimental value attached to it. And it's certainly, I will say one thing about it. You can say what you want about the 9mm and about Glocks in general. People love them. I happen to like them. I don't know if I love anything, but love any inanimate object. But I like this gun. I've carried this gun for a long time in some pretty dicey situations. And I never once felt outgunned. I never once felt naked out there. This was a very, very good gun to carry, and again, perfect for exposed duty holster carry. I mean, it really would go through anything. Okay, so anyway, this is now a Glock 19 Generation 2 issued to me in 1994 with a stock spring and a 3.5 pound connector. Let's see how this feels. Wow. Oh man. That is an incredible trigger. Let me see if I can get this piece of garbage. I gotta get a digital one. If I'm gonna make YouTube videos, I gotta get a digital. But let me see. That is sitting somewhere at under 4 pounds. That is under 4 pounds. I could kind of see why they didn't give it to him. Give them to us like this. But wow, that is sweet. This, I'm gonna shoot this an awful lot in retirement. This is just a very, very pleasant trigger. Oddly enough, the 3.5 pound connector with the New York trigger didn't feel good at all in this, where it felt very good in my 26. But this combination of the 3.5 pound connector and the stock spring feels much better, even better than my 26 feels. This is very, very nice. All right, well, in conclusion, like my last one, as I civilianize my guns, it's a very simple modification for anybody who has these guns, especially anybody who's on my job, leaving my job. Very simple modification, very inexpensive parts. It makes the gun much better. Again, I wish I could show you some live shooting. That'll have to come in later videos because there's really, I can't be doing that around here. But give it a shot. Leave your comments if you have any ideas. Thank you, and signing off.